Hello, brave Everscape adventurers. Thanks for joining us right here at Everscape. You know, number ones are a great place to jump into a new comic, new storyline, or be introduced to a new character. So let's take a look at the number ones that are going to be hitting comic shelves this week, especially right here at Everscape. Okay, first up, we've got a local comic shop day special. More on that in just a little bit. But this number one is Alien 3. You know, the Alien 3 movie had some problems, production issues, budget cuts, production company interference, and it really wasn't the Alien movie we deserved. And what this comic book tries to do is say, this is what Alien 3 could have been. It's the official adaptation from the original screenplay. So, will this comic be superior to the Alien 3 movie that we got? Well, we'll just have to see. That's number one, Alien 3. Next up, we've got The Black Order, number 1 of 5. Thanos' minions have become extremely popular, but we really only get to see them when they go toe-to-toe with the Avengers. So what is going on with the Black Order when they're not going up against Earth's mightiest heroes? You'll get to take a look at that in The Black Order, number 1 of 5. Hitting Everscape this week. Next up, another one from Marvel, and that's Captain Marvel Prelude. Carol Danvers is not going to take flight in the movie theater until 2019. But Captain Marvel Prelude will give you a kind of a behind-the-scenes, kind of a glimpse as to what we can expect. It's going to follow Nick Fury and Maria Hill as they set off on some dangerous missions, and Captain Marvel should show up and make an appearance. That's Captain Marvel Prelude. And since this comes out from Marvel Studios, whatever happens in the comic book should be in continuity. It should be within the Marvel Universe. So this story will exist within the movie universe. That's Captain Marvel, number 1, Prelude. Dr. Horrible is coming to comic books. If you're not aware of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog was a very funny, sort of low-budget movie that's kind of got a large cult following. Dr. Horrible is going to be hanging out with his friend/enemy, Captain Hammer, and it should be sort of a ridiculous journey of this supervillain who's not very good at being a supervillain and this superhero who's not really very good at being a superhero. So if you liked Dr. Horrible, the sing-along blog movie, you might want to check out Dr. Horrible, Best Friends Forever, number 0. And if you like kind of quirky, funny superhero events, this one might be for you. That's Dr. Horrible, number 0. Next up, our next comic is a 1 of 6. So this is going to be a mini-series from DC Comics, and that's Electric Warriors, Let the Galactic Games Begin. So here's what I know about this one. It takes place in the future of the DC Universe, and Earth and other planets are sending out sort of their gladiators to participate in some sort of galactic gladiatorial games. And the hero from Earth, his name is Warcry, and you may be able to see on the cover, he's got a cape, and it's a relic from Earth. It is actually Superman's cape. So that's Electric Warriors, Let the Galactic Games Begin, and that's going to be a 6-part mini-series on that one. Next up, we've got another great comic for some cult pop culture fans, and that's Firefly number 1. Firefly was a space adventure series that many fans thought was canceled a little too soon, and Firefly the comic is kind of a prequel, and it'll tell you about some of the background and some of the adventures that took place before the first episode. So if you dug the series Firefly, if you want some more Firefly content, I don't know if the show's going to start back anytime soon, maybe not. It did get a movie, but at any rate, That's Firefly #1, a look at the crew before the Firefly season began. And that takes place in space. So if you're big into sci-fi adventures, Firefly might be one for you. All right, next up, we've got Kratos, God of War. This is going to be one of 4, so it's a 4-part miniseries coming to us from Dark Horse Comics. Kratos, very popular in the video game world, and now he's getting his own comic book. Kratos, once again, just wanting to chill out, just wanting to stay peaceful and stay away from violence, is kind of getting dragged into another conflict. And so if you dig the God of War video games, you may want to take a look at this. That's God of War #1 from Dark Horse Comics. And there's only going to be 4 in this run, so that's going to wrap up pretty quick. All right, and next up we've got Minions. The Minions are adorable, very funny on the big screen. They're getting their own comic book. This one might be for younger readers, and it's going to follow the Minions, of course, as they're looking for the big evil boss man. So should be hilarious. If you like the Minions from Despicable Me or their own full-length feature film, Minions, you might want to check out this comic book. Or if your kids like it, you might want to give it a go. That's Minions #1 from Titan Comics. And finally, we've got Uncanny X-Men #1. At the beginning of this series, it's X-Men Disassembled Part 1. And at the beginning of it, there's some sort of mysterious, tragic disappearance of some character. So somebody's gone missing. And that kicks off this huge X-Men event, X-Men Disassembled. Not really sure what's going to be happening in here. I see Bishop on the cover up front and center. That's awesome. Always a big fan of him. On the cover, it also looks like we've got Nightcrawler, Psylocke, Storm, Beast, X-23 in there. So if you're an X-Men fan, you might want to check out this event that's going on in the X-Men world. That's X-Men Disassembled Part 1. Hitting comic shelves this week. Hey, that's all the #1s I got for you. Thanks for stopping by. You might want to make sure you come back by on one of our weekly events. That's Wednesday, 11 to 8 p.m. for New Comic Book Day. That evening, we'll roll you up a character and go on an adventure because we've got Adventurers League, Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesdays, 5 to 8. My favorite night of the week, that's Friday from 5 to 8 for board game night. Bring in your favorite game, share with others, or just come on in and try a new game out. Running at that same time on Fridays from 5 to 8, we've got Friday Night Magic, and Saturdays is Yu-Gi-Oh! And finally, this November, there's a special event happening. Saturday, November 17th is local comic shop day. Going to be some special items for that day that are only sold on local comic shop day, running some special sales, sales including sales on comics and sales on pop vinyl. That's November 17th for local comic shop day. That's all for now. Until next time, happy adventuring.